In the digital age, influencers have become powerful figures wielding significant influence over consumer behavior, trends, and even societal norms. However, beneath the surface of curated content and carefully crafted personas lies a pervasive fear among all influencers: the fear of becoming irrelevant. Hey guys, it's Nim. What's up, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to the deep dive series. Here and you do not know what the deep dive series is, this is basically where I sit down, I do my makeup, and I dive deep into a certain topic or certain topics. And so for today's deep dive, we are going to be diving deep into irrelevancy. We are constantly seeing influencers grow so fast as if they came out of nowhere. But as fast as we see them come into the limelight, we also see them suddenly disappear into the web of social media. And when an influencer's main source of income is their social media presence, this can be a nightmare for anyone. Becoming irrelevant on the internet can be so scary. It's like slowly realizing that you're about to get fired. And when we no longer see them getting recommended to us on our recommended page, or we no longer see them in interviews or on drama channels, we slowly just tend to forget about them. And not in the way that you would think where you're like, oh, completely forgot. But like, it just shows how quick and fast-paced social media changes every single day. But how do influencers become irrelevant? Influencers can become irrelevant for various reasons, but the primary reason is a failure to adapt to the changes of social media and evolve with changing trends and new people coming onto the platform and new ideas being brought to the table. Influencers who lose their touch of authenticity are the ones that end up focusing more on promoting random brands or posting content simply just for a financial gain, therefore alienating their whole entire audience. Just how you can sense when someone is lying to you, you can sense when someone is being insincere and when their content starts to feel so forced that you're not even enjoying it and the person who's making the content is not enjoying it. Failing to innovate and diversify your content can cause influencers to become stale, and especially in a rapidly evolving landscape that is social media. In everyday life, we crave different things and new experiences, just like how followers and viewers crave fresh new perspectives and new ideas, and not the same thing rerun over and over again. When you redo the same idea constantly, you can lead to a risk of being overshadowed by newer people who switch up their content constantly. Social media is inherently interactive. If an influencer fails to engage with their audience, people tend to feel completely ignored and feel as though that the effort that they're putting in to communicate and share their opinions end up tending to feel like their time is wasted and slowly become uninterested. Building as well as maintaining a strong connection with your audience is very important because it helps build that sense of solidarity and it helps create a community within your channel. Social media platforms are constantly updating their algorithm and new features to the app in order to keep engagement. And sadly, for a lot of people, if you fail to match the changes that the app is taking or the platform is taking in order to increase your engagement, you can risk the chance of falling flat. To a lot of people, it leads to a decline in comparison to other competitors who are maybe in the same style of content as you, or it just leads to influencers not being able to reach their audience or connect to them because they are being overshadowed. I think what we've all seen is that sometimes this is not the case for some people because it boosts their relevance, but bringing up a ton of scandals into your career and basically being such a controversial and toxic creator that you end up falling down the irrelevant rabbit hole can be a thing. But in this day and age, we love drama, and honestly, when people start to create drama and have so many scandals, it builds their relevancy because people want to see how they're responding to it or what they actually did in order to have this scandal, and it causes for people to become more involved. I think that's why we love like dramatic reality TV so much in this society, because of how many dramatic moments there are and how many twists and turns are in the shows. But I feel like scandals definitely can cause someone's career to come to a halt if the scandal is of great magnitude. As the influencer space becomes increasingly crowded with new people, with ideas and innovation, oversaturation can become a huge challenge. Dude, I'm looking crazy right now. Don't worry. Oversaturation can become a huge challenge for creators. And with countless amounts of people vying for attention and trying to get engagement, those who fail to differentiate themselves from a bunch of other creators end up getting lost in the noise and becoming forgotten. It's important to note that I'm about to discuss some people's careers, and I want to take notes to explain that I'm using these more not to specifically harp on these people, but to show the different ways that irrelevancy can come. And I use that word very frivolously because obviously if you're still being spoken about and if you're still on social media ranking in some sorts of views, then you're not obviously irrelevant. But when you compare it to the peak of their career and now, that's what I'm more going off of. And I think it's very important. Even when I see other people talking about it, it's very important to approach the quote downfall of someone's career very, very sensitively and very, very empathetically, because at the end of the day, that is someone's career, literal livelihood that you're commenting about. So I want you guys to hear me out, not necessarily taking in so much of what I'm saying about the people in particular, but the situations that I'm talking about. Content creators, like everyone else, can face challenges with burnout and demotivation, so I think it's fair to still treat them like humans, whether or not they are behind a screen or not. So proceed. Jason Nash, who is a comedian and content creator, was known for his work mainly on Vine and YouTube and reached a significant career downturn in the late 2010s. I'm talking 2019, 2018, those years. And obviously, despite his initial success with very popular creators like David Dobrik and his initial growth on Vine, his career took a massive downturn due to a combination of things. What a shock. Personal controversies. Like I said before, when an influencer can face controversies, it can either bring their engagement up or tear it down. And unfortunately for Jason Nash, it tore his career down. I'm talking about controversies within his relationships with people and controversies within his political preferences completely switched people's perceptions of him and caused a decline in his career. And when he left David's vlogs in 2019, that led to quite a drastic change in his career because people stopped seeing him, therefore they kind of just stopped looking out for him and looking out for what he was posting. I will definitely speak on it now and say that Jason Nash's career serves a cautionary tale as to how important it is to realize what you're posting and realize how your digital footprint can affect your future life. Jason Nash was fully 57 when he was making those videos, and it can be very difficult to move into any other career path that is not online, because online you can be completely unfiltered. When you're trying to find a job after your internet presence, it's very difficult. But now, if you guys are not living under a rock, you guys have seen that Jason Nash has moved to TikTok live streams and running a podcast where he brings on other comedians and actors and stuff like that as some sort of way to keep him sustained. The D'Amelio family, consisting of Marc, Heidi, and their daughters Charli and Dixie, who we all know. I feel like no one who owns a phone does not know about them, at least from something, whether you've watched a video of theirs or whether you've just heard about them, you know about the D'Amelio family. And they rose to fame as though they were the best thing since sliced bread. And it was primarily through TikTok and how they all started posting videos after Charli started posting more consistently, and some of her videos went crazy viral. And through all of these videos, they gained a significant amount of followers, leading to Charli becoming one of the most followed people on TikTok for a very long time. She was holding that title. Dixie also found success on TikTok with her own content, as well as with her own music, which we all have heard a snippet of her songs or listened to her songs. And the family's rise to fame so quickly was marked by a bunch of brand endorsements and brand deals, interviews, great brand partnerships, and literally appearing on many different platforms, and including their reality show and being on magazine covers, being in Vogue. And they also got to capitalize on their fame by launching merchandise and now their own shoe line or whatever they're doing right now. And like anyone with a following on social media, they have all faced their large handful of controversies surrounding what they stand for or the people that they are. And Charli obviously received backlash for her comments online. And I'm not saying that this was the only reason why there was a decline in their career, because as much as their controversies did affect their following and it did very much change their engagement, there were definitely many other contributing factors, like how you could obviously sense that there was a lack of passion within their content and the things that they were promoting and all the things that they were doing. You could sense a lack of passion and drive behind the content that they were putting out. And I think that's very difficult because it's a very big struggle, I feel like, to try and pretend like you're enjoying something when you're obviously not, especially when it is your main source of income. And I think that's where the downfall came from, because you could just sense that there was no more enjoyment in what they were doing. And now that it's on their own terms and their own scheduling, I feel like it's better. I think you can obviously tell that they felt as though if they didn't post, like, this was going to happen. And obviously the opportunities are not decreasing in the slightest. Like, Charli was in a Super Bowl commercial for Dunkin', I'm pretty sure. So I don't think that their opportunities are declining. I just think that there are so many contributing factors to how they have definitely decreased their engagement, and how that's an example of how burnout can lead to irrelevance. ADINROSS is known primarily for his streams on Twitch. Yeah, he streams on Kick now, but he is known for his streams on Twitch. He's a streamer and content creator. He's gained popularity from his many oddball reactions and his gaming content or his interactions with his audience, and gained so much opportunity in the world of the creator space. But the shifts in his audience's interests and preferences obviously are going to affect the way that they receive his content, especially if the content becomes dull and repetitive. The thing with content creators is that they're obviously going to keep up with the same thing that has brought them to fame because that's what's working. And I think that that's definitely a good step to take. But when you're constantly reacting to things and not necessarily producing your own content but using other people's content for revenue, it can become very repetitive and dull when your commentary becomes stale and your views and opinions are the same on the same topic, just a different video. Additionally, the major amount of controversies that he has had is absolutely insane, whether it's inappropriately commenting on women or making offensive remarks or consistently asking for their slur and even saying it on a stage in front of a hella amount of black people. Yeah, I would say that 100% causes a decline in your career.
What? A snitch, nigga! That's an
and the involvement with people with legal drama or with legal issues of his own. Maintaining a successful career as a content creator comes with many responsibilities, like being able to hold yourself accountable, give yourself proper time management, and have some sense of work ethic when it comes to the career that you want to keep moving in through. And now it's time for me to close off the video with my full personal perspective summarized. When it comes to irrelevancy and being called irrelevant, I feel like a lot of people will 100% take that as a negative thing, and for all intents and purposes it is a negative thing. I think when it, like I said, when it is your main source of income, becoming irrelevant is literally a nightmare. And I feel like for a lot of people who either did not go to college or dropped out of high school in order to pursue this more unconventional career, it can 100% be really confusing and definitely take a toll on you emotionally when you start to realize that it's not working out and you've pretty much put so much on the line. And I think that can be 100% nerve-wracking. So I think it's not fair when people will comment under people's videos and be like, damn, they fell off or stuff like that. Like, the toll that it'll take on someone's mind when they realize that they might not be as likable anymore, or that people are not enjoying what they have to do or what they have to say or what they want to put out, it is absolutely debilitating and it completely feels like a degrading process. So I think that a lot of people who do stuff like that and will comment stuff under people's videos really need to take a step back and look in the mirror, because commenting on someone's job is very insensitive. Get a grip. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like, subscribe down below, turn on the post notifications so that you get notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you guys all next week. Bye, besties. Mwah.